Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut a Faux wrapper. So we're drafting the pattern for the front skirt. So the first thing is to take our vertical measurement of the hip line, which is 9 inches here right now. Then we're going to be extending the line horizontally as shown. So after doing that, the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be labeling it. So we'll label that as hip line. Then the next thing is to label the waistline, which is the upper part. The upper part and the starting point line. So we're going to be dividing our waist by 4 inches. Waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that, and then 1 inch or 2 inch for seam allowance, depending on how many space you want. So now we're going to be dividing our hips by 4 plus 1.5 inch for seam allowance, or 1 inch, just as you wish. Then now to get the width of the hemline, you're going to be minusing 1.5 from your round hip measurement. Then you're going to place what you have down there. So after doing that, the next part will be to connect from the waistline to the hip. Then we're going to be connecting from the hip line towards the hemline. If you know you've not seen the video we uploaded last week, which was about the number of styles we sold, you can check the video, because I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description box below so you can check it out. So now I'm cross-checking to know if the measurements are okay, and so far so good, they are good to go. So after that, the next thing will be to place our darts. So to get your darts, measure your nipple to nipple, then divide whatever you have by 2, then take half of an inch on both sides. The length of this dart is actually 5 inches. After measuring the 5 inches, then take half of an inch on both sides, and then connect the lines just as you can see. After doing this, we are labeling the front pattern because it's going to be on fold when you're cutting it on your fabric. So now I'm going to cut out the front pattern as shown. To get your back pattern, you're going to be placing your front pattern on a fresh pattern paper. But before that, you're going to be measuring your zipper allowance from the upper part down to the hemline, measuring 1.5 at the side, just as you can see. This 1.5 you're marking right here, this 1.5 you're marking here will be our zipper allowance. So after we're done marking, we'll connect it with a straight line from the hem towards the upper part of the pattern paper. So after doing that, we're going to label it as zipper. Then the next thing to do will be to place our front pattern starting from that line which our zipper line ended. After doing that, we're just going to cut it out because every other measurement stays the same. If you don't know how to cut and sew a skirt, I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description box for other skirt tutorials in which we've done, so you can follow up. But if you've been watching our videos, this will not be difficult for you to achieve. If you know this is your first time on the channel, please do well to hit on that red subscribe button you're seeing right there. Make sure to like this video so other people can also see it on YouTube. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing so far and I love you guys so much. So after we are done measuring every part, we're going to cut out the back pattern right now. I know what I'm supposed to do. Remember, from the beginning of the video, I told you guys that we're going to be cutting and sewing as well as draping on a Faux wrapper. We're going to be learning how to tie, drape and sew a Faux wrapper. So now we're done cutting the patterns. The next thing will be to place our pattern on our fabric to cut it out. You know, a lot of people might not understand what was going on, so I'm going to be placing my front pattern on the fabric. Meanwhile, note that the front skirt is on fold, the front material is on fold, so we'll be able to cut our front part of the skirt. So now after folding it, I place the pattern paper on the fabric, then I am cutting right now. Make sure to check if the fabric is properly aligned with the pattern so you don't make a mistake or so you don't run short of fabric. Make sure also to check your measurements if they are intact. It is very important so you don't go and cry later, guys. So once you're done cutting the front fabric, we're going to be moving on to the back. You can see we have one full front pattern of the skirt for the front. So now the back part is going to be 2 pieces. So we're going to place our fabric, we're going to placing our pattern on the fabric. I did that and then I cut both the front and the back. So now I've already torn my skirt, the front skirt, with a lining inside out, and I've also inserted my darts. So now to be able to place the Faux wrapper on the front part of the skirt, I'm going to be marking from the hemline upward. I'm going to be marking 12 inches. These 12 inches in which I'm marking will be where the Faux wrapper is going to start from. But if you want yours to be higher, you can make it 15 inches. To get the measurement for the Faux wrapper you're going to be draping on the front skirt, make sure to cut 1 yard and 26 inches if you want the Faux wrapper to be voluminous. But if you want it not to be full, you can take 1 yard and 20 or 22 inches. This is dependent on how big or small the person is. So what I'm using right here is 1 yard and 26 inches. So I'm going to start draping from the down part, just as you can see. So I'm going to be draping upward. You have 2 choices. If you want to drape it downward, you can stay consistent by draping it downwards. But if you want to drape upward, make sure to continue the process until you get to the upper part. So you can see I'm draping and pinning it right now. Make sure to mark half of an inch on the upper part of the skirt, the upper part of the front skirt, so you'll be able to join it to the half length of your top. So I'm going to drape towards the half inch, leaving the half inch part open. it was not really aligning properly, so I had to disburse the down part and then start from the upper part and then start draping, just as you can see. I feel it's easier to drape from the upper part towards the down part than the other way around. So you can see that our drape is coming into form. There are actually two ways you can achieve the effect of your Faux wrapper. Either you drape from the right to the left, or you drape from the left towards the right hand side and then back to the edge where you're going to be tying it. I tried this particular pattern, which is from the left to the right. I tried this part, which was actually from the right to the left. It was not really full, so I had to change it later on by draping from the left hand side and then towards the right hand side. You can see that the drape is firmly in place. Remember, I said we left half of an inch on the upper part of the front skirt, so we can easily attach the front part of the skirt to our top, because you know this is a gown, but before achieving the gown you have to do the Faux wrapper first. I also did the same thing for the gold fabric. To get a fuller volume of the Faux wrapper, make sure to drape from the back part, that is the line in between the front and the back on the back part. Drape on the back part and then flip it towards the front and then back to the back part again, if that makes sense. If you don't really understand what I just said, please watch this video carefully so you understand what I did here. After draping the fabric, just like I explained, I'm going to be arranging the drapes, because on the mid part leading to the part of the zipper, I used my needle to hand tack it at the midpoint after draping on the sides. So I'm going to arrange this one after the other, then I'm going to take it off camera and iron it flat. I might not show that part here, so just do that once you're done draping. If you know you've gotten to this part and you've not subscribed to the channel, guys, please, you should subscribe to the channel so you can help this video get to as many people on YouTube, and also so this channel can grow, guys. I know you guys will always want to support a good thing. I trust you guys to come through. So once you're done draping like this, you iron it down. Then after doing that, you flip the wrapper towards the front part, just like I'm going to be doing. Make sure to watch this carefully, guys, so you don't miss out on any part of this video. Guys, don't mind how my voice is really sounding, because while I was doing the voiceover for this video, I was really tired, but I just had to do it so I don't end up not showing up, guys. You know how these things go. So now we flipped it towards the front part. Remember I said from the left to the right, back to the left, meaning in between the back, then you flip it to the front and then you tie it at the edge. So after I was done arranging the front drape, I used my hand needle to hand tack it on the edge of the Faux wrapper on the front. Then I used an hook and eye to hook on the Faux wrapper and then the eye on the front part of the skirt, so my clients can easily wear it whether I'm around or not. So after I was done with this, I ironed it flat. I didn't show that part, and we are done with the draping, the sewing, and the arrangement. You can see how it's looking very beautiful right now. So please let me know which is your favorite. Is it this gold one or the maroon color? I'd like to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you're a returning subscriber and you've been coming through for me, I want to really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are so cool and I love you guys a whole lot. You know how these things go now. So this is more like me showing you guys the one for the maroon color and how I achieved it. So stay tuned, sit back, relax and enjoy. There's basically not much difference between the ox blood as well as the gold. Same process, same arrangement, same hook and eye, and then you fix your zipper, and that's basically it. If you know that you're going to be recreating this, make sure to tag me on Instagram as Sellingeris with a picture of your recreation, guys. And kindly follow us on Facebook at Sellingeris. And you can also post your pictures right there. We'll be there to upload you guys. You know, we always support good things, good recreations. And we're also there as a team cheering for each other. Let's grow together, guys, by bringing our creativity to life. And that will be an awesome experience. We've come to the end of this tutorial, guys. Until I come your way next Saturday, be good, be amazing, enjoy every part of your recreation, guys. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.